of the New Testament and it being historically accurate? What's the best evidence, you think? The letter R.
Can't really know much about the oral tradition, but
Alex, why is
He willing to die for it if it was
Nathaniel, because why?
because Jerusalem is where the whole story of Jesus.
Pretending to die and then reviving in the tomb. Well, Jesus had to have died because the Romans were experts in execution, and they.
That's not a good explanation, Peter.
Well, because if the Romans did that, they would be killed, and so they had to make sure that he was dead. And like how
About, oh, I see. You're saying that they wrote about him fulfilling those prophecies later. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying before.
Centurion guys, you know the guys, and they have their spears and they sit there in front of the tomb and they have their stony faces on, scaring people.
And if they even did like let the thieves like in, like they would have been killed.
Not the slightest bit. At first they were scared and skeptical of Jesus at all. And like Dr. Cole Harder said,
Around quite yet, but especially James, he wasn't expecting Jesus to rise and just the body being.
They were guarding it, so how would they be led to?
Okay, so then what is it in terms of?
Because if you just go to a regular tomb, you wouldn't.
How the disciples went from cowards to missionaries who were like passionately preaching about Jesus and the resurrection.
Resurrections, like not a lot of people, like 500 people could have hallucinated at the same time because hallucinations
Come back to life. And since they were really scared and stunned, they probably would not be inventing a story.
Wishful thinking wouldn't be a part of it. What about this idea then?
It's a theory. There's no evidence to back that. No eyewitnesses or any sources behind it.
Who was healed in the tomb? Healed in the tomb. So he died and then was healed in the tomb. Peter?
It says that, well, first, there was nothing different in his human form before he was crucified. There was
The
nothing.
Old Testament prophecies
Yes.
with Jesus fulfilling those prophecies.
Yes.
Any other additional information?
There was some unless some Roman guards were forcing them to drink wine. If there was some.
If it explains away, if it explains the eyewitness, what do you think it does not explain?
It does not explain.
It does not explain that the disciples died for an lie, so if they knew it was hallucinations, then they'd probably.
Okay, well, assuming that they say it was actually on the cross then.
Judas.
Judas. And why is that
it came like hundreds of years after, so they actually could have called people.
a gloomy shadow place of semi-consciousness?
So there would be some.
There's a ton of historical evidence for Jesus, and also like the Bible and.
This is the last one. This is the last one. I wanna do this one.
Well, some of the disciples were very strong Jews, as everybody knows that Jews.